Duchamp's fountain, right? The point being a whole tradition, if we want to call it, in 20th century art, dealing with bodily waste and excrement, really tapping into that George Bataille-inspired notion of base materialism and the low, right? Waste, bodily waste being probably within the human imagination one of the lowest kind of substances, real refuse, right? The stuff you're not supposed to, it's not something you're supposed to keep, it's not supposed to cherish, it's certainly not an artistic medium, but here it's being used by Warhol to create these paintings. And again, like some of the other implicit embedded comments on art and its particular forms, John Chamberlain and sculpture ending up in the dump, right? Ellsworth Kelly, the end of painting. Cy Twombly and his comment on Olympia. Jasper Johns and the balls in painting. And now we have Andy Warhol, piss on painting. He's not, he's having others. He probably knew the infamous story of the incident in which Jackson Pollock, one evening after dinner, at Peggy Guggenheim's home, Peggy Guggenheim being one of the major art collectors, right? Her name attached to that of the famous Guggenheim Museum in New York. After dinner at Peggy Guggenheim's, he walked over to the fireplace and peed in it. That's Jackson Pollock. That's his masculine bravado, right? I don't have to use the bathroom, I can just pee in Peggy Guggenheim's fireplace. So that was a story, rumor that was circulating. So somewhere between Pollock at Peggy Guggenheim's and Duchamp's fountain, and also, of course, the rhyming in residence between pissing and splashing. Masculinity and Warhol's decidedly different kind of masculine identity, right? As one of the big gay camp artists of the century. There's another one of the oxidation paintings with its individual panels, paired up with Duchamp's fountain. That's actually a pairing that I found online. Right? So someone else, well, we know that. A number of art historians have traced this history, and that's what I'm relying upon, that work, in order to trace it here. That includes the early 20th century American artist Charles Demuth, also a gay artist, doing watercolors, most of which, if not all of which, were not shown during his lifetime, of sailors and other military officers and circus performers and such, but in this case, a group of male sailors peeing together. This from around 1930. Seems appropriate that it's a watercolor. And then this is Rembrandt's painting, Rape of Ganymede, 1635. Would anyone happen to know the myth of Ganymede? Who is Ganymede? And what's going on in this painting?
Isn't it a child that was chosen by Jupiter that he fell in love with, so he turned himself into an eagle to
Oh, beautiful. Yes, that's perfect. Yes. So this is the Greek myth of a little boy that is picked out by Zeus / Jupiter abducted, in certain versions raped, by an eagle, which is the animal form that Zeus Jupiter takes, carried off by Zeus, the eagle, to become the cupbearer to the gods. Because of that relationship, Ganymede historically became a figurative icon of homosexuality. And what's really fantastic about Rembrandt's rendition of the abduction is not simply the magnificent eagle and the amazing facial expression on this little boy, but as you might be able to make out, if only barely, the boy is so nervous, he's so undone that he is peeing. And then Rembrandt paints a little stream of pee. So nervous he's pissed his pants. Or he doesn't have his pants. He lost his pants, and that's why he's... Okay. We're entirely serious about this. This is, I think, an interesting way of cutting through the history of art, but let it not be the only thing to remember from this class. Thinking about those oxidation paintings, thinking about Warhol's fascination, his interest, the way he recruited these guys to help him make these paintings, we can see that there's a tremendous erotics, right, and sexuality around what seems to be, and clearly is, such an abstract painting form. And your text makes the point about not only these, but really Warhol's appropriation of Rorschach ink blot, okay? Right, so there's also about the spill